Ladies and gentlemen, it is a good day. I mean, oh, guys, I have such bad news. Rooster Teeth is closing down. No! For those of you that are unaware, Rooster Teeth, they own RWBY. They own lots of stuff like Death Battle. Although Death Battle is probably just going to continue under Screw Attack or whatever they're called. They're not actually going to be. But no! Not Rooster Teeth, the company that's copyrighted me like 10 times. No! Oh, I feel so bad. All right, let's see what we actually got here. I can't say I'm like, listen, I'm just saying I'm outliving my enemies. Not that Rooster, by the way, Rooster Teeth has never been an enemy, okay? I am the chaotic asshole that sits on the side and watches the world burn, okay? I do nothing. I just sit and cackle. And sometimes it has impacts on other people's lives. Not that it should, but let's see what we got here. My boy, Moist Critical, is going to be talking about the downfall of Rooster Teeth.
Today I've got the black shirt on.
Black shirt on! Jump scare! Lord have mercy!
This funeral service for one of YouTube.
Okay, why is the quality shite?
YouTube's first major content teams, Rooster Teeth. After 21 years, Warner Bros. Discovery has announced that it's shutting down Rooster Teeth. Now, they're not getting outright euthanized and going to the Shadow Realm or anything, because there are certain Rooster Teeth projects that will persist past this, but by and large, Rooster Teeth, as you've known them, will cease to operate in the capacity.
No! I'm sorry. Listen, I can't help but be a little bit sarcastic. Just the tiniest, itty-bittiest amount of sarcasm. Okay? Listen, I'm just trying to find a way that I can show this to you without actually leaking any legal shit. Dude, they changed the name. On my copyright claims, it used to say Rooster Teeth, and now it doesn't. These copyright claims used to say that they were owned by Rooster Teeth, and they don't anymore. Huh? There's no way I'm dreaming. There's no way I'm just making this up. Now there's just a string of letters and numbers. The videos are still copyrighted, don't get me wrong. But they used to say Rooster Teeth. Huh? What? Okay, alright, that's weird. I don't even know how that happened. Maybe I'm imagining it. Let's see what we got.
Capacity that it has been. With its closure, about 150 full-time employees will be laid off, with additional contractors and content creators taking a huge hit as well. Wishing the employees...
That sucks. I really hope all the employees and all the content creators that worked with them do really well.
He's the best moving forward. I hope they find work elsewhere. Just a pretty sad set of circumstances all around, because I know a lot of people, myself included, have very fond memories of this brand. Rooster Teeth was one of the pillars of internet content creation for gaming for...
And then it became corporatized! Listen, I'm a very cynical guy. If you came here for very hard-hitting, empathetic speeches about love and kindness, you've come to the wrong place!
A long time. With series like Red vs. Blue, which were these incredible machinimas that really kind of changed the space for a while and had an unbelievable influence online. I still remember being this soiled diaper baby boy toddler.
God, I remember when he was soiled diaper too.
Still drinking milk and having nightmares about cursive handwriting. Going into GameStop and seeing a Red vs. Blue DVD for sale there.
What?
And I couldn't believe it. My fucking mind exploded out of my ears because I knew it from the internet.
Yeah, that's wild. It's like the fact that Has Been Hotel has like an actual TV show. Titan of Spice, thanks for the gifted sub. You know how Has Been Hotel has an actual TV show on Prime? And it's just like, it's a YouTube story. It's a YouTube animation, bro. And it's on Prime! I know. So I totally get the feeling of seeing something that you've loved from the internet actually being successful.
And at the time, the internet to me was still this mysterious dimension where, you know, Timmy Turner floats around in the cyberspace on an email. But now I was seeing this piece of internet content I was familiar with in the real world, the corporeal dimension, and I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And it still is extremely impressive what they were able to do, and for so long as well.
My favorite part was when they forgot to animate RWBY. My favorite part was when they decided to make RWBY shit after 3 seasons. That was my favorite part.
Semen Hunter, another absolute
Semen Hunter?
Colossal success in the gaming space online. Rooster Teeth was just the gold standard for gaming-related content for so long, absolutely crushing it. And it is pretty tragic to see how this story played out for Rooster Teeth in the more recent years. Now, Warner Bros. Has been on this absolute warpath, just leaving mangled corpses in their wake where they're
it's
just...
so interesting to me because maybe it's because they copyrighted me a couple of times and it's annoying. Maybe that's why, but I vaguely remember Rooster Teeth making a lot of really bad statements about and doing a lot of shitty things when it comes to RWBY and talking about some stuff. Maybe I'm just totally wrong, but I feel like Rooster Teeth really corporatized, and I can't feel sad about this for some reason.
Just fucking frying everything they own, and it looks like Rooster Teeth is going to be joining Coyote vs. Acme in their dumpster out back, but unlike Coyote vs. Acme, this one I think a lot of people expected.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth was in its death throes stage for a long time. What's his name? The guy that died a couple years ago at RWBY? At Rooster Teeth?
I don't think anyone was jump scared by this news. Yes, Warner Bros. Recent business strategy appears to just be friendly fire out the wazoo. It seems like they're operating under the assumption of, if we own nothing, surely we can't continue to lose money. But...
dude, Disney's been trying. Disney's been trying to lose money. Every single new movie, they're trying to lose money. Monty Ohm, yeah, dude. That's so sad. The creator of RWBY died, yeah.
Them axing Rooster Teeth and putting them in the Warner Bros. Cemetery, burying them out back, is not shocking. For the last, 5 or so years, Rooster Teeth has been really treading water. They've been struggling, and they've got no water wingies to help them. Social Blade only goes as far back as 2021, but you can already see that their views had stagnated and often would decline. Before this, they were an absolute juggernaut.
They were huge. Rooster Teeth was absolutely colossal in this space. I remember when Rooster Teeth originally launched, RWBY, it was so massive, Giguk talked about it like it was the new best anime of all time that just came out. So that's how colossal it was when it started. That the fact that Giguk was making dedicated videos on an animation that looked like ass, like that's insane.
The scene. So starting in 2021, they were averaging between 8 to 10 million views a month. Whereas
can you believe it?
Oops.
I just went to Rooster Teeth's channel to show you guys like what I mean. Rooster Teeth has 9 million subscribers. If you look at their videos, like this one has 200,000 views, all right? This one is 14,000, 25,000, 60,000, 10,000, 11,000. They struggle to hit 10K views on their videos. Literally struggle to hit 10K views. And they have 9 million subscribers. Like, that's not just falling off. That's awful. Like, if you look at their big stuff, they have 26 million views on their big videos. RWBY was absolutely massive just because it was like some internet created thing that was made by just people trying to make something cool, right? If you look at all these big videos, they were all 10, 12 years ago because at that point it wasn't super corpified and it was just people trying to make something because they were passionate about making it. They got so big, so huge, they corporatized. Monty Ohm died. Rest in peace to my guy. And now they're making, the most laughing at Rooster Teeth in 2023. New Camp episodes. Woo! Root Tears podcast is off the rails. Yeah, they totally do this because they're in love with making content now, right, guys? Right? How to make friends as an adult. We spent how much on OnlyFans? Like it's insane how they went from like purely passion driven to just basic corpo slop. Is RWBY worth watching? I hear it's pretty good up till season 3. It's pretty good up till season 3. First season's not good. Seasons 2 and 3 are okay. The rest is awful.
Their Prime, they were pulling in tens of millions of views per month and tens
per month per video. Dude, RWBY was massive. It's something that people talked about. It had creative vision. Yes, the animation was bad, but it had vision, bro. It was a story that they wanted to tell. It was badass in its own way. And it just fell off terribly just because, they became a corpo. And then they started buying out other channels and other IPs just to slowly become a husk of what they used to be. And more of a hub MCN than an actual existing company creating something that's worth anything. Like, I'm pretty sure Rooster Teeth bought Death Battle, right? They saw Death Battle was doing well and they were like, oh shit, we can buy that and take a cut of what they pull in.
thousands of subscribers per month. There's a lot of factors that contributed to this decline, the main ones being just an overall loss of interest from a large chunk of their audience that just went to other channels elsewhere.
Well, I think it's part of it, but I think that the reason why they had such a huge loss of interest is because they decided to stop making things that they were stories and animations that they were passionate about, and decided to start making we spent our money on OnlyFans.
Where there's also a ton of controversies that Rooster Teeth kept finding themselves in that they were never able to fully recover from.
I need a big, fat, 30-minute video covering the controversies of Rooster Teeth.
And a lot of their biggest talent kept leaving them to just go independent and make their own shows and productions.
Yeah, because what do you need them for? Their passion is gone. What are they? They're just an investment, basically. They'll invest into your content if they think they can make off of you.
So all of this over time has just led to the current state of Rooster Teeth. It's not flourishing, and it's definitely not profitable. With 150 full-time employees and contractors and content creators, it's losing more money than fucking Madam Web.
Whoa! No! Not Morbius 2, Madam Web. But, like, here's what I mean, all right? So Rooster Teeth here, as you can see, they own Death Battle. Death Battle is a massive series on YouTube. Every Death Battle has sponsors and millions of views, and they're really, really successful. But, like, that's become Rooster Teeth's business model. They became so big through RWBY and passion projects, and then they basically reinvest their money in projects that they see has passion. They started investing in passion instead of creating something through passion. Anyway, they also got into a whole... Dude, I can't believe I'm mentioning this guy 2 streams in a row, but I might be misremembering here because it was a really long time ago, but dude, if I remember correctly, they were on the wrong side of history in the Vic Mignogna situation. I could be wrong, but I vaguely remember that also, which was a huge turnoff for people too.
So it's not surprising that Warner Bros. Made the decision to...
Were they... Let me look that up before I actually say anything. Yeah, they fired Vic Mignogna from the cast of RWBY, and Rooster Teeth is ending all associations with Mignogna 5 years ago. So Vic Mignogna, for those of you who are aware, he is a voice actor that voice acted Broly from Dragon Ball and Edward Elric, and there were like these sexual allegations against him that I'm pretty sure were proven false. Again, this was like 5 years ago. I might miss some details. I'm pretty sure they were proven false, and they still completely blacklisted him and fired him and all that, you know, just because the accusation was out there. Very preemptive to, and that also turned a lot of people off. I don't know. I just feel like they just had L on top of L on top of L. When they became just a purely corpo, that's when people realized, why am I so invested in this just corporation doing corporate shit? If I was really just gonna watch a corporation, I might as well just watch the average anime of the season instead of watching RWBY, which looks like shit.
Ultimately just put it to rest. Like, they didn't have many other choices. I guess they could take the 150 full-time employees and just transition them to being door-to-door asbestos sales.
You just rent out your 150 employees as Uber drivers. No.
Reps. You'd probably find more money in that than what they were currently finding with the Rooster Teeth brand, which is just sad to see it get to this point. But like I mentioned, it's not the end of everything Rooster Teeth related. They do plan on continuing the Roost Podcast Network for some time here while they...
Because that's literally free.
...evaluate outside interest in acquiring it. There's also a...
No one is going to be acquiring your podcast. I promise. I promise! No one is buying the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Movie that's being worked on between Warner Bros. And Rooster Teeth that they plan on releasing.
It is pretty awesome that a company that started through passion and love for a project creating animations on YouTube actually blew up to the point through YouTube alone and passion of fans that it was owned by Warner Brothers or worked with Warner Brothers at all. Like, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty dope. Like, and then they, you know...
Though I'd take that with a huge fucking grain of salt right now because Warner Bros. Has become infamous for just destroying movies that are pretty much done for the sake of a tax write-off, like what they've already done with Batgirl and now Coyote vs. Acme.
Wait, what? They canned Batgirl? Bro.
So there's a good chance that this one they just wiped their ass with at the finish line per usual. And they are also currently exploring options for Rooster Teeth's content catalog and some of the...
Warner Brothers just taps their fingers together. Hi, Rooster Teeth. You are a tax write-off. Goodbye.
Their IP like Red vs. Blue, RWBY, and Jinlock. So while there is still some Rooster Teeth related content that will survive Judgment Day here, it is still the end of the road for Rooster Teeth itself overall. The general manager of Rooster Teeth, Jordan Levin, made a statement, and I'm going to read this section of it. He said, "We've read the headlines about industry-wide layoffs and closures, and you've heard me give my perspective and updates on the rapidly changing state of media and entertainment during each of our monthly all-hands meetings. Since inheriting ownership and control of Rooster Teeth from AT&T following its acquisition of Time Warner, Warner Bros. Discovery continued its investment in our company, content, and community. Now, however, it's with a heavy heart I announce that Rooster Teeth is shutting down due to challenges facing digital media resulting from fundamental shifts in consumer behavior and monetization across platforms, advertising, and patronage."
Basically, we ain't making money. We're going out of business. Like, we would still be in business, but then we realized we're not actually making any money because the content that people actually cared about Rooster Teeth for is no longer being made. We could be making more shows with passion and love. We could be trying to make another amazing digital circus, but we decided we wanted to start a podcast instead. Well, that didn't go very well.
Now, there's a lot more in his statement here, but this is the only titty I'm going to suckle on from it. I think this part of the statement is the most telling about the challenges that they were facing, and it's challenges that anyone from the outside could also see them facing. As consumer behavior was changing, aka viewers choosing different things over Rooster Teeth and just having a lot more competition in the space, they were no longer like the only place for high quality gaming videos.
So interesting. I really don't think that's the issue. I mean, maybe I'm wrong because, again, I'm not super in the know on Rooster Teeth. My experience in Rooster Teeth is their quality and passion so clearly declined. Like, it's not just that they had more competition, which eventually had them die out over time. It's that, like, dude, you don't even need to go so far. All right, dude, we're opening up the Rooster Teeth channel again. We got no choice in the matter. Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth. Bro, brothers, homies, my friends, my home skillets. Bro, dude, look, okay? Let me show you what I mean, all right? You look at what they've been doing 10 years ago. Okay, bro, RWBY, they made an animated TV show. This is just a character trailer for Yellow. It doesn't even look good. It had a story. It was loved, okay? Yeah, they had some gaming videos in the early days, but what people really knew Rooster Teeth for, and at least in my mind, was always like the animations, the passion projects. They've never adapted at all, especially if you look at what they do now. Like, look at this content. Barbies versus Hobbits? What the hell is that? What the? Hot tips for sex dreams? Why would you make a video like this? Like, this is not what... Huh? Listen, I'm not making fun of the content. Maybe the content could exist somewhere. But this is obviously not what worked for you. Which drug am I? Why would someone click on this video? Again, who am I? All right, my main channel fell off a lot too. I'm not gonna make believe it didn't. I haven't been focusing on it as much. It's shadow banned and shit. But like, even if you go back a year ago, at least they've still been doing animations. Look, they're not the greatest animations, but at least they're animations. They've been getting 100,000 views on their animations, right? But then you go to what's going on in the last year. How to fake your personality? That's not the right content for the channel. I think that's why Rooster Teeth fell off so badly. I just think they lost passion for the craft and they completely forgot what their audience is. It was all peaceful until the Barbies attacked the Shire.
As the entire digital landscape started to shift, Rooster Teeth kept falling to the wayside, and people were just choosing competitors over them, so they were hemorrhaging their audience, and overall just found it difficult to adapt in the new environment. And
yeah, they found it difficult to adapt in the new environment because they were making videos based off BuzzFeed trends in 2016.
And then the monetization...
6 things Barbies would do to the Hobbits. Thing number 4 will shock you.
And advertising changes they make mention of there. I believe the biggest things that affected Rooster Teeth was YouTube's change in how much money is generated by shorter content.
I hear that.
For a while,
that is possible. It became much less profitable to make short animations, even though that's really what got them going. Again, I think what Rooster Teeth should have evolved... It's a very good point, and I think it made them pivot a lot to long-form content, even if the long-form content is how Hobbits versus Barbies, okay? But I do think that they could have gone down, the Vivzy Pop rabbit hole. They could have done glitch style content. They could have focused on a passion project, on a story that's indie made, literally creating something that could last, that has value, that's 20 minutes long. And yes, it'll take you a month to make it. But dude, most of the profit they've been making over the last few years have been through purchased IPs anyway, like Death Battle and stuff like that.
Really matter how long a video was. What dictated the amount of money it earned was basically just views. But then the focus shifted to longer form content with the addition of mid-roll ads, which starting at 8 minutes, you can start putting in ad breaks.
Yeah, which is why I don't post shorts. Feel free to post clips of me, all right? I won't copyright you. Post as many clips of me as you want. They don't make no money, so I'm just going to keep posting long shit.
And this led to a lot of the focus on the digital landscape being for the longer form content to reach that 8-minute mark. Rooster Teeth's most popular content was usually sub 8 minutes. Their heaviest hitters that were consistently their bread and butter content, like the animated adventures, Red vs. Blue, Rage Quit, aside from a couple of Rage Quit videos which were more than 8 minutes, most of their big successful ones were under 8 minutes, usually.
So that's partially true. No, it is true. It is true. Their big videos were all like relatively short form. You know, trailers for different characters in RWBY, which were always like 3 minutes long. Little skits for Red versus Blue. But RWBY full season 2. All right, let's say they used to have this on YouTube. Did they? Wait, what the fuck? Did they actually take down their actual good content? There's no way. Dude, I feel like I'm being gaslighted everywhere I go right now. What is even going on? Where do they upload their full episodes of RWBY? RWBY Season 2, Episode 1. Just show me an episode of RWBY. It's literally all re-uploads on other channels. I don't understand this. What the frick? Why did they actually take down their content? Look at this, for example, okay? This is RWBY Volume 2, Episode 1. It's a 4-minute clip. This isn't even on their actual channel and it has 1.5 million views. Like, it's not that it would be impossible for them to actually make a living by making videos that's monetizable on YouTube. They could have made videos like Hell of a Boss. Yeah, it would have taken a long time, but at least you're following the content that you'd actually been making. Dude, Red Like Roses Part 1.2. I don't even know what this is. It's somewhat RWBY related and it has 16 million views. This is a fight scene from the end of Volume 9. It's 7 minutes long, okay? Here's this. Chapter 1 of RWBY, and it's 12 minutes long, meaning it gets its mid-roll ads, and it has 16 million views. Guys, that's a lot of money. 16 million views is, okay, quick maths. It's over $50,000. So if they could have just churned out one chapter of some animation that they put their heart and soul into once every 2 months, that's good-ass money.
Between like the 1 to 4 minute ballpark for a lot of these. And I just feel like they took a massive financial hit with that because the content they were producing wasn't cheap stuff for the most part.
It is so it's really hard and expensive. RWBY's on Crunchyroll now. True.
And there's no way they were seeing a return off the ad revenue because the videos were too short to be reaching that like upper echelon of doubloons that you'd make from a YouTube video. So I just think that as they invested more money into these big projects, without increasing the runtime of a lot of them, they weren't seeing a lot of big returns on it, which probably hurt them. And I'm just speculating that that's the change that was probably the biggest thorn in their side, like the most annoying rock in their shoe. But the entire landscape of advertising online and monetization.
Yeah, dude, it is true. It's really, really true. It's true. YouTube absolutely cucked short videos for the sake of just cramming more sponsors on longer videos. In a way that is very sad for the people that are making short form animation. But a lot of people are able to find ways around that. And also, Patreon exists. If you make something that people love, people will support you anyway. I just feel like that all the passion for the craft died when it comes to Rooster Teeth. They completely dropped all of the things that had any life and soul. And they switched up to much more corpo mode, you know, making podcasts and, you know, buying other IPs that seem to be doing well, like Death Battle.
Has gone through huge changes since they began.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's probably the one that was the most hurtful to them. But anyway, I'll stop speculating on that and instead speculate on something else.
Let's go!
So, a lot of people have been wondering now with this
tinfoil condom
announcement, what's going to happen to all of the Rooster Teeth affiliated channels that are under their umbrellas.
My guess is they are all gonna keep doing exactly what they've been doing, except they are no longer owned by Rooster Teeth. That's my hot take.
things like Funhouse or Slow Mo Guys, things like that, because Rooster Teeth had a lot of other channels.
Rooster Teeth owns Slow Mo Guys? That's crazy.
Outside of just their main one, how will they be affected? I have no fucking clue. It seems like a messy headache to me.
Wait, he said now it's time to speculate, and then his speculation is I don't know. God, I love him so much.
The Rooster Teeth brand, which is of course owned by Warner Bros. Discovery, which has now pulled the plug on it, taken it off life support. It feels like the other channels are going to have to go independent if they want to keep them going, but I don't think they can just do that. They'll probably have to buy it from Warner Bros., right?
Oh my god, there's no way. Death Battle's gonna need to buy themselves from Warner Bros. Oh, fuck.
Wouldn't that be how it works, considering they just got shut down by Warner Bros.? So if they want to go back up without them, they'd need to acquire the rights from them, I would think. But
Dude, Rooster Teeth, you fucked all these people that relied on you, okay? God damn.
Also don't really know how all of these inner workings here with their deals go. That'd just be my guess. I would imagine a lot of those other channels, like the Slow Mo Guys, would want to continue to operate independently. So I think that'll probably be the direction. I just don't exactly know how that's going to work. But again, I'm just a fucking idiot, so there's a good chance that maybe it's not as messy.
Me too. This is why Charlie and I are such good friends. Two idiots rubbing our brain cells on the internet, just making fart and cum jokes so that we can get canceled on Twitter.
I think it'll be, and it might be pretty seamless going forward, but either way, it is sad to see Rooster Teeth shut down after 21 years online and being...
There is something sad about it because it's something that was beautiful. But at the same time, right now, it's kind of bad. It's like, let's say Pokemon died, all right? It's obviously not going to happen. Pokemon's the most profitable franchise in the world. Let's say Pokemon died. I would be very sad. I love Pokemon, all right? I grew up with Pokemon. However, the recent Pokemon games were ass. All of them. Every single one of them was bad. There was zero innovation anywhere. That's why Palworld succeeded, because Pokemon failed so badly. So, like, if Pokemon died, I would be sad, just because, you know, it was my childhood. It existed 20 years ago. I was into it, all that. However, deserved.
Such a pioneer in the commercialization of gaming content online and really just internet content in general. Rooster Teeth was at the forefront of like breaking ground and commercializing this whole space. So they earned their flowers here, and I'm wishing the best for everyone that was affected by
100%.
This with the layoffs. I'm wishing.
Listen, just because a company corporatized, it doesn't mean I'm not wishing the absolute best for everyone that was there. Okay, corporatizing is just part of life. You live long enough to become a corpo, or you fucking die.
You all the best moving forward, and rest in peace to Rooster Teeth. That's about it. So yeah.
Damn, can't believe Moist Critical destroyed Rooster Teeth like that. Damn. Can't wait until some video pops up on YouTube titled Penguin Zero just destroyed Rooster Teeth. Damn, that'd be crazy. If anyone does that, they have real balls. Stay weird, fam.